Welcome to Green Devils, Ireland's newest Manchester United fan channel. And with the new Premier League season kicking off this weekend, I thought I'd just do a quick season preview and give you my thoughts on how I think United will do this season. Before we get into that, make sure you smash a like on the video, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to reach on 100 subscribers before the end of the year, and with your help, we can make that happen. I think it's fair to say that last season was a bit of a disaster, especially in terms of our league finish. Finishing eighth is our worst ever finish in Premier League. Um, Now, obviously, the injuries and the extent of the injuries that we had didn't help. I know it probably shouldn't be an excuse, but I think the number of injuries that we had was pretty severe and um, definitely needs to be taken into account. But look, we finished the season strong. Um, the manner in how we bet Man City in the FA Cup final definitely put a shine over the entire season as a whole. And then going into pre-season this year, obviously we've seen some changes in the backroom staff. Obviously, Ruud van Nistelrooy and Rene Hack coming in, and obviously we've a new goalkeeping coach as well. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try. But yeah, there's definitely some positive changes in the background. And now I know you shouldn't really too much read too much into preseason, especially in terms of results. Preseason is more so about getting fitness levels up. But I mean, like we were missing half the squad really for this preseason with the European Championships just finishing. So a lot of our better players weren't even involved in any of the preseason. But you could see the way Ten Hag wants to play. You can see the style is starting to show a bit more now. Whether that's down to Van Nistelrooy and Rene Hack coming in, not entirely sure, but you can definitely see it a bit more now. Like even the Liverpool game in pre-season, yes, we were. It was a bad defeat in terms of just the result on it itself, but the way we played, we definitely didn't deserve to lose the game. So you can definitely see the style and what Ten Hag is trying to do. And another positive of pre-season was the opportunity that a lot of the younger players got. Harry Amass was one. Really shone the left back. Um, Toby Collier at CDM. He was pretty decent, and obviously Amad Diallo was probably the standout player of preseason, which I'm kind of happy about. I One of my previous videos I done as the players to watch for the upcoming season, and Amad Diallo was one of them. And look, he's shown what he can do already in preseason. Hopefully, he gets the same opportunities when the season kicks off. Um, because I definitely think he can kind of nail down that right wing spot, given the opportunity. So fingers crossed. In terms of our signings, then that have come in, obviously time of recording this, we've four signings in the door: Lenny Yaro, Joshua Xerxes, Matthias Delit, and Mazraoui. Now, obviously, the Yaro one is a bit unfortunate. Um, Breaking the bone in his foot. He's gone for 3 months. At 18 years old, it's hard to know whether he would have featured as much. Um, but look, he's a decent player. Real Madrid were in for him, so it shows the caliber of player that he is. Hopefully, we don't rush him back too soon. Hopefully, we're not in the same position that we were with Martinez last year, where we rushed him back from his foot injury, played a couple of games, was out injured again for months, ended up needing an operation. Now, thankfully, Yaro has gotten his operation already, but hopefully, we have the opportunity to give him the full rest that he's going to need, and he comes back 100%. Now, obviously, I think with his injury happening, I think that probably forced the club's hand a little bit to fast track the sign of Matthias de Ligt. I think we were always going to get him anyway, but I think we were looking at midfielders, but I think Yoro getting injured and being out for 3 months definitely forced the hand of the club, and fast tracked De Ligt and Mazraoui coming in, obviously in that kind of double deal with Bayern. But I definitely think De Ligt is going out of the 4 signings that we made so far. I think De Ligt is the one that is going to have the biggest impact on how we play. Obviously he knows Ten Hag. He's played for him before. He knows his style, his system. Played with Onana, so I think him alongside Martinez will definitely improve us playing out from the back massively. Like we've seen it in a couple of preseason games, more so in the Community Shield. Um, but I think having De Ligt and Martinez as the 2 centre-backs instead of Maguire and Evans, having 2 centre-backs in there that can play out along with Onana. Left back is still going to be a doubt. There's a good chance Mazraoui starts the season at left back, because I think obviously Shaw is injured. He's going to miss the start of the season. Malacia hasn't played in what feels like about 3 years. And Amas, I think, it's probably still a little bit early for him to be starting games for Man United, especially the opening game of the season. But hopefully he will get chances throughout the season. But I can see Mazraoui starting at left back, Dalot at right back, De Ligt and Martinez at centre half. I think that's a decent ball playing defense that we have, which will definitely help the way Ten Hag wants to play. So I think in terms of player of the year, I mean, it's hard to look past the couple of players that were outstanding last season. Obviously, Dalot had an unbelievable season last year. Bruno as well. I think it's. I think Rashford needs to have a good season. I think he lost a lot of support from fans last year. Some of his performances weren't great. Let's be honest. I expected him to have a good season this year, but now with Shaw being out, I think Shaw really helps how Rashford plays. That support on the overlap. I think Rashford now not having Shaw. Look, we don't know how Mazraoui will do, or Amas if he plays. Amas is very, very similar to Shaw, so I think in games where Amas comes in, I think Rashford will shine. But I think my pick for player of the year, I think, is going to have to be Bruno. He recently only just signed an extension to his contract till 2027. I mean, he's our best player. He's our most consistent player. He's missed 3-4 games, I think, in the time he's been here so far. He's our most progressive player. He's the one that creates the opportunities. And I think he'll be on a high now after signing the new contract. So I think for me, Bruno will be player of the year. Then move on to young player of the year. And I don't think there's any debate in this. I think there's only going to be one winner of this, and that's Kobbie Mainoo. He was remarkable last year. Really stepped up when he needed to, given the opportunity by Ten Hag. And he's going to have a big season this year, I think. Obviously, Mainoo was another one that I had in my players to watch for this season. I think I called it then. Not sure if I said it in the video, but I'm going to call it now anyway, if I didn't already. I think Mainoo will be on the short list for Ballon d'Or. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be in the top 3, but he'll be on the initial shortlist for Ballon d'Or this year. I think he's going to have an unbelievable season, and I can see him, easily. He's above all the other young players in the squad. He's young player of the year. Top scorer is a little trickier. We currently don't really have any fit out and out strikers at the moment. Obviously Highland is got injured in pre-season in the same game that Liniaro did, so he's going to be missing for a couple of weeks. Not as long as Yarrow, but he's going to be missing. Xerxes, it's a big opportunity for him to come in and score some goals. Whether he will or not, I'm not entirely sure. Again, you'd be looking at Rashford then to step up as well this season to get the goals. But I think I have to go with Rasmus Highland for top scorer. I think he'll come back. He'll come back hungry, and I think the way we're going to be playing now, he will get opportunities, more opportunities than he got last year. He like, how can you expect your out and out striker to score 20, 30 goals a season when he's getting one opportunity in a game, walking off a pitch after 90 something minutes with zero chances, zero shots? So the team around him needs to step up as well. Obviously, look, the whole team needs to step up really in terms of performance from last year. But if Highland gets chances, he will score. And I think this season he will get chances. So I'm going to back Highland to be top scorer this season. In terms of breakout star, obviously there's a couple you could mention. I think I mentioned three of them already, really. And they're probably the three that you'd be going for. You have Amad Diallo, you have Toby Collier, and Harry Amass. Out of the three, being honest, I think Amad Diallo, he's going to be the one that's going to break through this year. Whether he's going to have as much of an impact as Mainu did coming through, it's hard to tell. He definitely has the talent. He seems to have the desire as well. So, I mean, it's definitely a big year for him. I think, given the preseason he's had, he looks hungry, and I think he'll nail down that right wing position, and he'll take his opportunities when he's given them. So this season, breakout star is going to be Amad Diallo. Then in terms, where will United finish? I honestly think if we can start, even if we don't start the season well, given that we still have players to come back from injury and stuff, I definitely think we can get top four. I'm going to say we're going to finish fourth. We're not going to have as bad a season as we did last year. We're just not. You can see the signs are already there in pre-season. How we're playing, the way we're setting up. Even in like Community Shield, we outplayed City. Didn't have a striker, couldn't finish it. We should have won that game 3-4-0. If we had a striker to finish some of the chances, and if Rashford had maybe a little bit more confidence, maybe he might have finished some of the chances that he had. But the signs are there that for us, we're going to have a good season. My opinion, obviously. But I definitely think we can get top four. Yeah, I think we're going to finish fourth. Then moving on to the league as a whole, who will win the Premier League? This one, I think it's hard to look past City and Arsenal be the ones fighting it out again. I mean, Arsenal, this needs to be their time now. They've been knocking on the door for the last 2 seasons and they've fallen short. This is their year now to this is their year to do it. Whether they will or not, I don't know. I think they might fall short again. Just I don't think they've upgraded their squad enough. And it's hard to look past City. Pep, yeah. I think City will win it by 4 points in the end. They'll beat Arsenal 4 points, and then Pep will walk. He'll walk away. Yeah. As much as I'd hate to see it, I think City will win the league. In terms of top four, obviously City win, Arsenal second, and I said earlier United will get fourth, so that third place is kind of up for grabs. I can't see Liverpool getting top four. I'd be surprised if they get top six. They've lost Klopp and they haven't signed any players yet. They're going to struggle big time this year. I can I can see them struggling to make the top six. Chelsea, they're doing what they did last season and signing every player. Todd Bowley is just playing FIFA. They're going to implode again, and they'll struggle to top 10 finish. Aston Villa could be in with a shout. It'd be interesting to see how they get on with European football, but they seem to have made some good signings. Obviously Spurs will be there thereabouts as well. Newcastle, maybe. Do you know what? I'm gonna go with Villa. I know they have European football, but yeah, I think they've they've bought well in the window so far, and I think they've really improved their squad. So yeah, I'll say Villa third. So it'll be City to win it, Arsenal second, Villa third, United fourth. Relegation battle. I think it's going to be hard for the three teams that came up. You have Southampton, Leicester, Ipswich. I think the three of them are going to struggle to stay up. Um, Everton, well, could be down there. I think if I think it's going to be between the three teams that come up, and Everton could be down there. I think if one of the teams coming up had to stay up, I'd like to say Ipswich because I'd like to see Kieran McKenna do well. Yeah, I'll go with Ipswich. They'll just survive. Just then, Golden Boot. Hard to look past Haaland, obviously. Um, yeah, really hard to look past Haaland. Not many other players. I suppose Ollie Watkins could do well. If if Villa if Villa perform well in the league, which I suspect they will. Obviously Isak at Newcastle. Um, but yeah, no, I think if I had to pick one, I'd go with Haaland again. So yeah, so that's my season preview. Um, I think United are going to have a good season, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be very hard to stop City. But look, I think overall, in terms of what United can win, I honestly think we can win the Carabao Cup again, and I think we can win the Europa League. Um, yeah, I think if we get all our players back fit and we have a decent squad, I know there's another couple of weeks left in the window, so we can still bolster the squad a bit more. Um, yeah, I think we can win the Europa League, possibly the Carabao Cup. I'd be happy with that and top four finish. That's a good base to move on going forward. And yeah, just to finish up then, just to remind you that with the season kicking off this weekend, don't forget to join our uh, fancy football league there's the code. I'll leave a link in the description for the. I'll leave a link in the description as well to join. But yeah, that's it. We just look forward to the season kicking off now this weekend, starting Friday night, United against Fulham. Stay tuned to the channel. Hopefully throughout the season, hope to be doing some match previews, match reviews. Might even do some match day vlogs. Who knows? So stay tuned. Again, smash the like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Join the Green Devils community, and we'll catch you later.